Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22, our town build survival on Avon Valley. As you can see, we are in the thick of winter. December was a complete whiteout, as you saw. Couldn't move at all, really. There was December 2, I think, that was skidding all over the road, so I figured I'd skip through to January. It's still snowing, as you can see. But yeah, we got a lot to do. We have got some lettuce and tomatoes and sugar to sell. Also got a trailer full of sugar beets, which I thought we might as well sell. So we've got some more pallets there to chuck in. We've got planks to sell, we've got silage to sell, and we've got seeds to sell. So, plus electricity as well from the biogas plant. So we are doing really well. We're going to do really well, I should say. Got a lot of money coming through. Just looking at the prices, lettuce would give us a good income. We're not going to get a heap from the lettuce and tomatoes, but it's going to definitely add to our list. So yeah, we're getting down into the stuff I don't actually have at the moment. So I mean, yeah, we're doing really well. I didn't think it would be worth doing an episode in the snow because I really didn't do much apart from top up some glass houses and feed the cows. So, and obviously loaded these trailers up as well. But we've got a lot of milk, so we're definitely going to sell the milk as well. We'll sell that today. We're doing really well. It's just going to be a lot of money coming in, so I do want to obviously buy a new field. And get that ploughed in and set that up for something. We've got our first harvest coming up in about 6 months, I think. That'll be canola and the oats. So I think what we'll do is we will do this trailer. We'll try to load some more tomatoes on here before we go and see how that goes. We've got 4 pellets here, so we'll see what we can do. I'll do my best. I haven't really stacked it tidily, as you can see. I kind of just threw them on that. But we're only just around the corner from the shop anyway, so I'll go ahead and get this loaded up and we'll get to the shop and make our first bit of money for the day. Yep, stacking it really precariously now, aren't we? But yeah, I'll get this done and I'll see you over at the shop. Right, we loaded that up as best as we could. It's not pretty, but it's going to bring us a bit of money in, so we'll head off to the grain dealer, I think it is, behind the vehicle shop, and we'll sell all this and get our first income for the year. Excuse me. But I got some ideas. Well, my cows are coming into reproduction, so they'll be reproducing soon, so I do need to sort out a new shed because we are at our limit in that current barn we have. So some of our money is going to go towards that. Like I say, I want to buy some new land, get another crop down. I do want to get some other animals too, so but we'll just see how we go with that. Sell all this stuff. Maybe if I had stacked it tidily it wouldn't have all fallen over like that. Bear with me and we'll get this done. So, I mean, the money's coming in and that's looking really good. I'm liking this. We're going to have a lot of money. We seriously are. It's just a matter of deciding what we're going to spend it on now, because there is so much to spend it on. Come on. Come on, vegetables. Not sure why these aren't selling. Kind of frustrating. Great start to the episode, isn't it? We're stuck at the shop trying to sell our goods. Okay, there we go. Now we got it sorted. We've made quite a bit of money from that already. Probably about, what was that, maybe 10 grand or so. I didn't really look at the amount we had before I started, but I'd say it was about maybe $10,000 ish. So that was just the veggies and the sugar. We got some other stuff to do. Like I say, we've got silage to sell, seeds to sell. Because we've been getting the byproduct of electricity, we've got electricity to sell. And we got some planks up at the whatchamacallit, the timber area up the back, the logging district. So we're coming along quite nicely. I will just put the trailer back in here and keep that there. Well, we might as well actually, sorry about that, we will just feed the cows because I think they are in need of a feed. I was only feeding them with the bucket in December because I had the trailer loaded up with lettuce and tomatoes and sugar, so kind of tedious going back and forth with 1,000 litres. That should keep them happy for a little bit. Now eventually, maybe off camera after this episode, I will just top the barn up completely if it's not already, so I don't have to worry about it for a little bit, because they are going quite through a little bit of TMR actually. I'm having to top it up every month, so, which I guess is standard, but we've only got the 30 cows in there I think, so later on we will move some things around, move the cows around, hopefully into a new barn. Yeah, we're looking okay. We shouldn't struggle there. We are going to need some straw eventually. Well, we shouldn't be too bad. We're going to sell the milk, so we'll go and get the trailer, the tanker hooked up to that tractor, and we'll sell the milk and get some more money. So probably another $10,000-ish, roughly, I think. Like I say, we're going to be making a lot of money today, especially that silage and seeds we've got to sell, because we doubled our input of seeds now because of the extra corn open air garden we got. Okay, I'm going to have to move this out of the way. This is me trying to rush around and take shortcuts instead of actually preparing for the day. Right, away we go. Now we can hook up to the tanker. Now, it's been a pretty busy week for me. The past week I had my daughter's 5th birthday last week, and over the weekend had a little family birthday party. I had my mum and my mate with her kids come down and see us and spend the day with us. So it's been pretty full on, entertaining kids and having to explain to my 5-year-old that you only get one birthday party a year. It wasn't enough, she wanted more, so I can understand that feeling. So she'll be starting school next year, so that'll be good. Now we'll fill this up with milk and get this delivered. Guess where's the best place to deliver the milk? Well, we'll go to the grain selling again. That looks like the best place. Grocery stores not quite offering good prices yet, but it's there in case it does. So but yeah, this is probably some of the most money I've made off a map that I've played on this game, without any cheats and such. So I'm really enjoying this playthrough now, actually, because we're making bank, we're making money. I'm not sure if it's cheaty. Let me know if you think it is, the way I'm making money. Using the farm production barn to make silage, it does turn over pretty fast, but you know, I think it's more pleasing to the eye, to some people, to a certain faction of the farming simulating world, where they don't want to see people maybe running up and down a field doing bales and windrowing and tedding and that. Some people like that. I enjoy watching it. Sometimes I don't enjoy doing it so much. It can be, like I say, a bit of a tedious job. So we are making a heck of a lot of money here, just with the milk being sold. See how much we get from that. That was a little bit, I underestimated how much we'd get. And 12,500, that's pretty good. So I'm happy with that. So we're up to 230,000 now. Really good indeed. So I will head back to the yard and I'll see you shortly. So we are back at the yard, just getting ready to sell this stuff. It should tick over any second. We're at 229,000. So let's see how much we get from this. Any second now. There we go. We got about 250,000 from all of that. So I am really stoked with that. We got loads of money. Let's just set that back to storing. Yes, so we got nearly $500,000 here. Heaps of money to do lots of things. I'll just check out the BGA first. See what we've got going on in here. We've got some electrical charge. We've got about 20,000 litres of that. So we're doing very good. I keep saying that, but I'm just so thrilled with how much money's coming through here. I had a feeling winter was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to be this good. So even though the weather's terrible, it's snowing. I mean, some people like snow, but I imagine it'll be pretty cold and miserable working on a farm out there in the snow. So even though it's miserable, we've got a healthy looking bank balance. So we're going to come up here and we might as well grab what we can from the last of our tomatoes. Well, we'll pack it up because we'll probably load it later. Actually, we've got no more tomatoes come through yet, so, but we will have some come through later on in the day, or we might as well park this up here. And we'll load this up with just what we got, and probably just leave it here and sell them later, I think. Or is it worth selling 3 pallets now? I'm not too sure. But yeah, I mean, we've got enough money to buy a couple of fields if we wanted. I could pay off my loan. I still have the $200,000 loan, which isn't too much of a hit financial wise. Maybe we'll grab those sugar beets, the crates, because I think that trailer's full. I'll check that first. It doesn't look full. But what we can't fit in there, we can always chuck on the back of here, maybe. I just figured sugar beets, we've got tens of thousands of litres stored up in the little production barn there, so I figured we might as well sell these loose. It's decent money, it's the time of year to sell them, so we might as well. No, I don't use forklifts, I work out so I can lift pallets. You've all seen my reversing skill, so you can imagine me with a forklift. So I mean, I don't expect a fortune from the sugar beets, but it's going to be a big bump in our money when we do sell it. I guess that's full. It's about 23,000 litres in that trailer, I think. We'll just, yep, okay, so we'll leave that there for now. Sorry, 20,000 litres in that trailer. So we've got 20,000 litres of that, of sugar beets in there. I'll hook up to that. And we'll get that sold, I think. I am going to do something different with the sugar beet garden. I think I might do potatoes or something like that instead, so later on in this episode I'll change that over to potatoes. I do want to get some pigs, so having some potatoes, well, I guess we could use sugar beets as well, but anyway, I'll see you up at the shop. Right, here we are at the animal dealer, and we're going to sell our sugar beets here. It was the best price. So let's see how much we get for 20,000 litres of sugar beets. Can't imagine it'll be a lot of money, but it's going to bump us close to that $500,000 mark. It's not too bad. Yep, I'm happy with that. About $6,500 roughly. So I'm going to get some straw and sort the cows out, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, we sorted the cows out with straw, and we're just taking whatever slurry we've got from the cow barn, and we're going to chuck it into the BGA to make some more digestate so we can make some more fertilizer, because we're going to need fertilizer, especially if I put a new yard, get a new field. So I'm just trying to make as much fertilizer as I can. It is a pretty slow process, getting the digestate from here. We are still waiting for the electricity sale. I'm not sure how much that goes for. There's no price on the list for that. So when it sells, it sells. I'm sure we'll see the money bump up. But that won't be till on the hour, so 10 AM you should notice that sell. We're just going to park the slurry tanker back up next to the cow barn. That's where it lives for now. It makes most sense to park it up there. That's where we use it. So we'll leave that there. There we go. I've just fast forwarded time to get to 10 AM to see how much we do get for the electricity. Yeah, wasn't too much. Probably about a few grand. So better than better than nothing, I should say. So we'll carry on storing that. What we should do is probably leave the electric charge to store up until it's full and then sell it. We'll probably get more money in a big lump like that. Handy to know that we'll get a few grand out of 15,000, well, 20,000 litres of electricity, I guess. So that's not too bad. I have got the fruit and veggies on the back of the trailer here, just the lettuce and tomatoes that were there. So it's all about making money in this episode at the moment. So we'll sell all this and see how that goes. There's not going to be much, maybe $2,500 roughly, but it's going to bump us ever closer. You're probably guessing the target I'm trying to reach is $500,000, but if we don't, well, I think we've done well already anyway. And I am going to spend some of this money, so it won't be too long. Once we've sold all our stuff, we can sell it. I mean, we can start doing up our yard a bit more. Like I say, I need to get a new cow barn and stuff like that. Need to move cows around because that barn's full. And yeah, I do have some planks to sell, I think. I'd have to jump up to the timber yard and have a look. I really don't do much up there now. It's still got about 30,000 litres of timber in there, so you know, we just let that tick away. I'll probably, when I've got nothing to do, I'll jump over there and cut some more trees down. Do need to get some stumps, and now that I've got some money, there's nothing stopping me from buying a mulcher, I guess, to take out the stumps. Yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty good here. There's just a lot of things to sell. I'm just trying to chase my tail at the moment to find out what I need to sell. But while we've got the money, why don't we look at buying some land? We've got $490,000, so our field up there is doing good. This one's going to need some treatment, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this field yet. Whether I'm going to build on it, cut it in half, plant something else, I'm not too sure. So we'll leave this for now, because I don't want to use the fertilizer on this yet anyway. I would rather use it on a new crop we're planting. So now we could start building out the farmland around up there, but I quite like the idea of having a big square of land to put some crops in. That's not impeded by the road. So I think we'll buy this land. It's close to the yard. It's easy to get to and fro. So yeah, number 5. We own number 5 now. So we can get into ploughing that a bit later on. Like I say, there's some spots here where I probably should build, especially on the silty clay. Up here, it's not too bad. It's quite a good field up there. I will need to save some money because I need a harvester to harvest this crop in June. I'm going to need to get soil sample once I've ploughed the new field in. So just looking at all this, we are 42 grand in the hole with that field, but that's okay. So we are going to get to work on this field. I'm not sure if we'll do it this episode or maybe the next, or if I'll do it off camera and put something together. But yeah, we're looking really good. We've got still a lot of snow. We've got about $380,000, which is pretty good still. And I mean, we'll make a bit of money come February again anyway, so we'll make that money we just spent back easily. Now we got to get stuck into probably building a new barn and stuff, so I'll get back to you shortly when I've figured out what I need to do. Well, I'm not sure what happened there, but all my recordings from January just didn't save after that last bit. Yeah, but you can see we're in February now and we're back up to 480,000. I did sell some more seeds and some planks and such. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my recordings. I know I recorded them. I come to put it together and they just weren't there. So we missed a bit of things that I was doing, just selling odds and ends. So you didn't really miss much, just the income. Not sure if we're just looking at our cows. We do need to move them around. Only because this barn is full already. It's only a small one. It only holds 30. So I'm thinking I might take the 20 Holstein out, who are not quite at the age of reproduction, but getting there. We'll get them out of the way, and that'll leave that barn with enough room for the other cows to reproduce when they do. It says they're 50% reproduction, so I'm not sure how far away that is. If anyone knows, let me know. We are going to need to build another barn though, and this is where I always get stuck looking at barns. I've had a look at Mod Hub, gone through there, I've gone through this list 1,000 times trying to find the right barn. They are quite expensive for the big ones, and I don't want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a barn. So I am going to bore you by going through here and cautiously choosing one. But I want one that doesn't have to be watered. One that waters itself would be good, and that can hold a fair amount of cows. Like 70 cows. And the ones that hold 100 odd cows, 200 cows would be what I want, but we're not quite at that stage yet, so and the next best one I can think of is the self-made cow shed, which will give us, that's the small cow barn we got, that's 30. The cow shed gives us 45. This one doesn't give us many cows. That's 70, but that's 140 grand, so. And we certainly don't have $400,000 to spend on a barn, because we still do need to get a few things. So I think I'll settle for the, It's so hard to choose because I want one that's going to hold a decent amount of cows, but it's not going to cost me a fortune, and that doesn't need watering. So the vanilla ones I don't like because they don't hold that many cows and they are really expensive. I think I'm going to end up being a Scrooge, and I'm going to spend as little as I can to get as many cows as I can. So like I say, the self-made cow shed looks like what I'm leaning towards. Holds 45 cows, so that'll be enough room for the 20 to reproduce. And now you get to sit here and watch me decide where to put it. Although I think up against the edge of the grass in front of the trees here would work best. Now I am building over my grass, but that's okay because we still got a lot of grass in the barn there, which I'm not sure if I turn that on to make TMR or not, or if that's what I was thinking to do. I can't remember if I did that or not, but we'll put that barn there, the self-made cow shed, and that should be good. We'll get some food set up in there for them as well. We're going to need an animal trailer to transport the cows, and I'm not sure if I can just put a straw bale down there or if I need a blower, so I guess we'll find out when we come to do that. So we've got our cow barn all sorted. We do need to transfer the cows in there, but let's set up the food and bedding first before we do all that. We'll go and chuck some food in there. And this will refresh my memory too, as to see if I made more TMR or not. No, I didn't, so I probably will go ahead and make some more TMR with the grass we've got in there, I think. Well, we should be coming up to a mow for this grass in the next month or two, I think. April or May, I'm not too sure. They're coming up in the next couple of months anyway. We've got some more grass to mow. Oops, I should really lower my bucket when I'm driving around under roofs. No wonder it says it needs repairs. But yeah, this will be good. This will just buy us a bit of time so that they can reproduce, and then we can look at probably putting down a bigger barn that'll hold 200 odd cows, and then we don't have to worry for a while. But I could also put down an open pasture for them. Okay, why is this not working? Bear with me. Like I was saying, I do want to put maybe an open pasture down, and we can, once calves are born, we can move the cows out into the paddock, into the field, and try it from this direction and see if this works. This is why I'm so cautious as to what I build as well. But knowing me, it was a simple mistake. There we go. Just didn't come up with the trigger telling me to unload like it normally does. Am I going to have enough room under that roof? Nope. That's okay. We'll just remember that next time we go to feed these cows. So that's about 8,500 litres in there, I think. So that should do them for now. And I do need to get some straw. So we'll go and get that. And these guys are doing pretty good, I think. Yeah, we don't have to worry about them. That shed's doing fine. So we'll go and get the straw bale. Right, I got the straw bale, and it does turn out it does need a blower, so I have gone and bought a straw blower to blow the straw in there for bedding. And while I was here, I noticed on sale there were a couple of harvesters for sale. Now we do have $406,000, so I don't really want to spend half my money on the harvester, so I'm thinking we might buy the top liner. It's only I have to check what size the header is. I'm sure it's only 6 meters, but again, we've got to start somewhere. I don't think there's any other top liner headers, no. I mean, the class would be ideal. Ideally I do want that, but that can come later on. We can get a different harvester, get that first harvest done. But yeah, we'll buy that for 30 grand, I think. That's the idea. Hopefully it's still on sale when I come back later. A little bit iffy because we are still quite a few months away from harvesting, but while it's on special, it would be a good time to buy it. Anyway, we'll go back to the yard, the straw blower, and we'll go and put the straw bedding in the barn, and then we can finally look at moving the cows from the shed, from the barn to the shed. Sorry, I've got to start calling them by their right name. I'm confusing myself. So we're going to be a lot busier feeding cows and looking after them now. Well, in the next, what is it, maybe 6 months, they should be reproducing the 10 in the barn. and these guys are probably about 9 months, maybe 12 months away from reproducing. So I'm looking at maybe getting some dairy milk, some dairy sheep I should say. I've got the mod, I'm just unsure where to put it. I thought it would be a good idea to corner the milk market, the dairy market. Well, that's just magic. There you go. Okay. That's not going to work, is it? I think what I should have done is taken that latch down first and then loaded it in. Probably would have been better. As you can see, I haven't very often used these blowers, but come on, are you in? Yeah, as I was saying, I haven't used the blowers much, so, no, but that's in, so, okay. I don't know how that would work in real life like that, but let's do it then. Okay, I don't know how that's chipping away at the bale when it's floating in midair like that, but we'll just pretend that's not happening. So just prepping this barn like this shed, the cow shed, because I'm going to bring the Holsteins out here, the younger ones, who are just about at the reproduction age. So it'd be good to give them some space to reproduce in the next, I'm not sure, is it next year maybe? So, and we will get slurry from these guys, and we will get manure as well, I think. So from this shed, I'm pretty sure we will. That'll do for now, and I will top these up fully, probably off camera. Where to store this for now? And we'll put it behind the cow shed here. It's out of the way, it's the only place it's going to be used at the moment, so it makes sense to just maybe store that here. Good little storage area behind the shed. You just won't forget that it's there. So we're looking good. We've got some straw bedding and some food in there. And now we've got to start looking at moving the cows, transporting them. So I'm going to need a transporter for that. I'll probably buy it because I can see me moving a lot of cows around. Yes, we do still have grass in there like I said, so we can go ahead and probably make that all into TMR as well, just to prepare ourselves for the influx of cows that we will have. Like I say, the cow barn has 10 cows that are 50% reproduction, and the shed has 20 cows that are just about to enter reproduction stage. So we'll come up here and have a look at our field that we bought and get an idea of what area we're looking at, so I can mentally prepare myself for the challenge of ploughing it. So it is a big field, and I'll probably do the same as I did with the other field and split it in two and have 2 crops in there. We go from about, I think it's maybe not quite here, roughly, not sure. It's a big field, it's not flat, it's hilly, so we're going to encounter some issues with terrain and whatnot, but it's to be expected. As to what kind of crop we're going to put in here, well, that's a tough question. We are in February, we're coming up to March, so we can do wheat, barley or oats. We can do potatoes, sugar beet, sugar cane, cotton, grapes. Probably not touch those last ones. Or we can hold off until April and put down some corn, sunflower, soybeans or sorghum. So it's just debating about that. Of course, the sorghum is a really quick turnaround. I quite like that. So we might do some sorghum. We'll just wait and see. I'll do some investigating and see what crops are better. Right, we've got our transport to unload the cows now. It only fits 7, so we'll move 7 at a time. So it's going to be 3 trips, but it's only just over there. Now I've probably gone and everything's a little back to front. So we are going to try our best to get this done as realistically as possible. I'm quite intrigued by this. I'm surprised they're not running out the door as we speak, but hey. And I'll try to do my best reversing here, because I do make a fool of myself a lot. I'll open the gate up first. Ouch, the gate seems to want to open up really fast, and the gate's on the wrong side, so I can't close that door, but that's okay. Maybe I've just got really tamed cows. But anyway, yeah, this is just gonna move the cows out of that barn and into the shed to give them a bit more space to reproduce, so I don't have to panic. And eventually I'll put down a open pasture, I think, and we'll start moving cows out there. So we'll transfer these into there and get that done. It's the first time I've had to transport cows. I was under the assumption that they would automatically go to an empty barn, but that doesn't seem to be the case, I don't think. So I thought I'd just get the animal transporter, and I'll get on to doing all of these guys, and I'll see you soon. So we have finished doing the cows and just parked the trailer there, and we might as well keep it back there for now. And the cows are happy, I think. I think they're happy. Yeah, they're looking good. So we've got the cows in their barn. They're all good. 2 sheds now. Obviously, we're not going to have extra milk and manure come through and slurry and such yet. But yeah, these guys are 50%. So once the Angus breed, I guess is the right word, because they don't exactly give birth in real life. But once they reproduce, we'll sell the Angus, because they should be up around $3 grand each around then. And that'll be the plan, is just to let them reproduce and then sell them. Maybe. Because that'll be around $15,000 for the 5 Angus. And we can buy some more as well, if we wanted to. That's the plan with that. So now I'm going to hook up to the plough. And I'm going to head over to the field up there, and at least, I don't know, have a look at it, I guess. See if we can suss out the boundaries, the borders and whatnot. We'll drop the front loader arm off here, just so it does need a lot of repairs. So I am going to just leave it here for now. There we go. And we can get that repaired another time. As you can see, the tractor is fine, the plough is pretty good. Mechanical wise, I should say. So head up to the field now, and we'll get this, have a look at it anyway, see what we're looking at. See if I can at least get a border done maybe. It's going to take a while to plough the whole field. There are other ploughs I've looked at. There's a 9-meter one, but I need a massive horsepower tractor. As you can see, I have put potatoes in here. I did that, I think I did that when the recordings didn't record or didn't save. So my apologies about that. A bit of a, I call myself a tech tard. I don't know if that's a PC term or not, but I'm calling myself that, so it should be okay. Anyway, we are here, so we are right on the edge pretty much. Yep, we'll take it from that spot anyway. It's probably a little bit over, but yeah, we'll go up there. Try and utilize the space as much as we can. So I will be checking my map now and then. Yeah, we'll just drop that off there. I will get into ploughing. There's just a few other things I need to do, so I'll see you in a bit. Right, so I figured we're going to just do a few odd jobs around the yard. You going to transport some slurry over to the BGA to continue making digestate so that we can make our solid fertilizer. Did I just knock the bike over? Oopsie daisy. Yeah, looks a bit rusty anyway. So we are going to just transfer all this over there so that we continue to make our digestate. It's just a regular thing I have to do. I mean, I could go and buy a bigger slurry tanker, but I think for now we'll just leave it. So everything's okay. Digestate's distributing, so that's good. And we could even put our manure in here, unless I go and buy a manure spreader and use that as fertilizer. But I think I might use the manure for the gardens. That makes more sense. And what we have left over each month, I guess we could put into the BGA as well. But now slurry's over here. This won't be near full yet, so but it would make sense to just park this up here, somewhere where I can easily attach back up to it. Again, I'll show my reversing skills. I am getting better. So we'll leave that there for now and fill that up when they're full of slurry, and just keep doing that on the regular. I do want to start making some more TMR with the grass we do have in there, because we still have 140,000 litres, 142,500 litres of grass, which we can then turn into grass hay and grass silage, and then into TMR. As you see, we've already got 109,000. Is it 109? Let's just say 100,000. So it's not what it used to be. Yeah, so we might as well do that. Then we've got we'll have a good stock of TMR, especially when they reproduce. We're going to need it. So rather than stressing that we don't have enough stock, we might as well make it. So we're going to make some grass hay, grass silage, and that TMR. There we go. TMR2. And done. And that should be all done. And we should have enough TMR to last us a while, hopefully. So I'm going to head over to the field over there, and I'll see you when I get there. Alright, we've done the border, or the outline, whatever you want to call it, of the ploughing of where our field's going to be. I'm going to split that in two, most likely, and have two different crops down there. What crops are going to be, I'm not too sure yet. We'll get it ploughed up and limed before I make that decision. I think soybeans would be a good option for one of them. Just depends when I can plant it. I do have some. I just want to check out the logging district for a bit, so I'll jump over to the Massey and just have a quick look, because I don't pop over here enough. We don't have any planks. We're getting an accent. We do have furniture. We've got 4 pallets of those. Best time to sell those isn't yet, and they are really slow producing. Good money, I must say. They're good money at the top dollar. We'll find the furniture down here somewhere, and yeah, at the moment it's $1,800 a pallet, but can go up to over $2,000 a pallet. So I think we're best to hold on to those until June. We should probably have, I don't know, maybe 8 pallets of furniture. I'm not sure. It's a pretty slow process to make it, but I'm thinking of getting rid of the John Deere, because we don't use it that much. We've got in here lime, is it? Yeah, lime. We'll keep that in there. We're going to need some lime. But just checking the stock levels. We're looking pretty good there. TMR is getting made. The solid fertilizer is a bit slow to process, so I may start looking into another production to make that a bit faster if there is one. Cows are looking good. I'll pick up this bike. It's not rusty after all. My bad. Probably bent out of shape a bit now. Ignore that. But yeah, we have the cows are looking good. I'm hoping that everything runs smoothly and goes to plan as how I've planned it in my head. Not sure. Well, I mean, we got a lot of manure. I'll just keep filling the trailer up. We're going to need a spreader if we want to use that as fertilizer, or we can just save it up and use it at the BGA and the open air gardens and glass houses. I am going to buy the top liner, I think. Excuse me, only because I'd be silly to pass up a sale, really, of something that I need. And when I've got the money, I might as well. It's going to cost over 100 grand for that and the header, but we might as well pay for it now and get those. I just think it's worthwhile. We're going to need a harvester, so we might as well buy it. I would buy the class, but that's going to be up most of our money. 2/3 of our money gone with the class, so I think we'll buy that, just the standard. And we'll go and buy the header, and then we can park that up somewhere. And yes, I do need new sheds, so I'm probably going to look at buying a new shed. Our bigger machinery definitely needs its own shed. Now that we've got a harvester, we're going to need somewhere to store it. Whoops. And there we go. Jumping through machines. Alright, so it's just not too bad. Needs a little bit of maintenance, but I'm not too worried about that right now. We'll get hooked up to the header, and I won't worry about a trailer for the header. There's no real narrow paths that are going to block us just yet. So we should be okay. And there's no traffic to worry about on this map either. No one drives here. So we'll take this over to the yard and look at building a shed to store it. We'll try and keep our machines under shelter. I say that, but then I've got bits lying around the yard, I know. But we definitely need more sheds anyway. So we'll cut through here because I don't feel like going around the long way. And it's different driving a slow machine again. I haven't driven a harvester for a long time. Excuse me. I've been suffering allergies again lately. It's that time of year here, the wind's picked up. But yeah, we'll get ourselves a shed, I think, and put that down somewhere, find the best place for that, so you get to sit through me picking and choosing what I want again. And now we're going to need a big shed to fit the big machines in. This is basically what it's for. Also, I don't want to spend hundreds of $1,000s on a shed either, so whatever's cheap and whatever's big enough will do the job. Got a feeling this won't be big enough, but nah, it's not going to be big enough for that. Then we're onto these ones. There was one back here somewhere I saw. This one, I think. Now that one will do perfectly for it. Now it's just a matter of figuring out where to build it. Here would be a pretty decent spot, I think. Although I do have ideas in my head for that area. I mean, we could just put it over here. It would make sense. By the road, by the field, easy access to take it to the jobs needed to go to when we have harvesting happening. Yeah, so that'll do fine. So we have spent a lot of money in this episode, and it has been a long episode. I thought I'd do a double episode with this one, mostly because we got a lot of money to spend, and because of my recording issues, I thought I might as well just double up. So we'll park this up in our new shed for it. This has taken a lot of time to get used to driving slow again. So yeah, a perfect size shed for the harvester, and we can put some other things in here. Once we get to making straw and stuff like that, we can store it in here. That's if we're going to bale it anyway. I mean, we can always do straw other ways, but we'll see how we go with that anyway. We still got to wait for harvest day. So just to check on things in here, our TMR is getting made nicely. It's all looking really good. So solid fertilizer is a real slow process. There's got to be a faster way to do it. And back at this field, I do want to get a bigger plow. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I do want to get a bigger plow for this field, but the bigger plow is I don't think I can. I'm gonna need a bigger tractor. We can't afford a bigger tractor at the moment. We could have, but I didn't want to spend the money on a tractor. We'll only get about $8,000 if we trade in the John Deere, which I was talking about before. But here's the plow I was looking at. It's the Lizard 6 MT, which is what we got, but we can put it to a 9 meter. But I need a 320 horsepower tractor, and I'm not going to be able to afford that right now. So we'll keep our eye on the sales and see how we go. Until next time, take care and thank you.